Artificial intelligence is changing the world, but behind the headlines are two powerful ideas: machine learning and large language models. Let's break them down. Machine learning, or ML, is the science of teaching computers to learn from data. Instead of being programmed with strict rules, an ML system improves itself by finding patterns. For example, feed it thousands of zebra and horse images, and it learns how to tell them apart. LLMs use a technique called deep learning, with billions of parameters. Think of them as adjustable knobs that capture patterns in how humans use words. The result? Text that feels natural, creative, and context-aware. So here's the link. Machine learning is the broad field, and large language models are one of its most advanced applications. ML powers everything from self-driving cars to recommendation systems, while LLMs focus on mastering language. Together, ML and LLMs are shaping industries: healthcare, education, entertainment, and even how we communicate daily. Machine learning gave computers the ability to learn. Large language models gave them the power to talk. And together, they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the world of AI. Have you seen this little plane flying across your screen? That's the AVIATOR game, a worldwide sensation. But where did it actually come from? Let's find out.
Now that you know much about large language models and machine learning, in other words, LLM and ML, now I'm going to introduce you to an AVIATOR game. A game that uses LLM and ML effectively, and it is ruining many people's lives who are desperate for quick success.
The story starts in the mid-2000s, when a new type of online game emerged: the crash game. Instead of spinning slots, players watched a multiplier rise higher and higher, knowing it could collapse at any second. The goal? Cash out before it's too late.
The AVIATOR game is a family of multiplier games. The idea is you stake a certain amount of money and it multiplies as the plane fly. And you need to cash out before the plane flew away, or else you losing your whole staking gamma.
In 2019, a software studio called Scribe reimagined the concept of crash games. They replaced plain graphs with a flying airplane, added live multiplayer features, and created a social chat where players could cheer or panic together. And just like that, AVIATOR was born. And millions of people across the world are playing the AVIATOR game today. The sad reality is that you are not just playing a funny game, you are taking a risk gamble with your hard-earned money just to disappear in milliseconds.
No! The AVIATOR game is not a scam, but it is powered by very powerful computers that uses large language models and machine learning to learn from the patterns of players and build a certain type of a model that can help them to make huge profits. At the same
time, making sure it keep the game active by giving out some huge wins to give people's false hope to come back and play the game. With this type of games, you can lose your money in seconds because the plane can fly away in seconds, very, very fast.
Another risk is playing against any computer program. Software will never be fair. So with the AVIATOR game, it is not certain that the game is fair, although the developer claimed to be probable fair game. But in reality, it is not correct. As we mathematician knows very well the math behind those games and how they operate and function in real life. So you are never going to beat the game, so it is poorly being operated by some powerful computers.
In short, this is how the game works. So first, the computer gives out certain amount of money to be cashed out, and you don't see this amount. Meaning, if the computer gives zero amount or any amount closer to that, the brain will flee away at 1.0, all 1.01, 1.02. All values cross to 1, and it's likely a lot of people are going to lose their money that way. If it give out large amount, it's also likely that the plane will flee away after a long flight, multiplying with large numbers. And this is why people get that false hope of making money, because some people will cash out good money with good profit at the same time. But everything is programmed to function in a setting way that may make the game enjoyable and also, yet again, capable of producing good amount of profit. The formula of how the AVIATOR game make profit or loss is very simple and is given by the following formula. So, profit or loss is equal to total stakes by players minus the computer-generated winning amount. So, and if the total stakes by player is greater than the computer-generated winning amount, there is a profit. And if the total stake by players is less than the computer-generated winning amount, they make a loss. And
as you can see, the total amount being cashed out is very close to the computer-generated winning amount, because as the amount being cashed out by player approaches the computer-generated winning amount, you can see the plane will fly away. So making sure the developer of that game are in control of everything, and they make a good profit. There is a lot going on behind the scene, but if the developer of the AVIATOR game wanted to claim that the game is fair and probable faking, they could have shown where there is the total bet. They could have shown the total betting amount. Yes, the total amount the player are putting for those bets. So, in reality, they won't show you that because they know you will trick the pattern and see that you are being flipped off.
the game rely on big data and powerful AI, artificial intelligence. So, you cannot really create the patterns accurately in the long run.
I have limited resources to explain such a concept properly, but if you play those kind of games, like the AVIATOR, you are digging your own grave, because those games are part of big data and the 5th generation internet. I'm not saying you are not going to win money playing the AVIATOR game, but the reality is that there are few success stories than the many ruined lives such a games are causing to the society. So, this is not a game to play around with. You are going to lose a lot of money in a short space of time, and you will regret doing that and taking those actions. So, a AVIATOR game is not a simple game at all, and can devastate your bankroll in a short space of time.
Artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, ML, and large language models, LLMs, are double-edged innovations. They can empower humans to achieve breakthroughs in knowledge, health, creativity, and efficiency, but they also risk deepening inequality, dependency, and bias if left unchecked. The future impact on humanity will depend less on the technology itself and more on how society chooses to regulate, adapt, and integrate AI into human values and institutions.